Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Art and Chat. I've been making a lot of oil pastel pieces, and I feel like it's the medium that just gets across what I want to create so well right now. I just finished a piece using most of these oil pastels that I want to use today. However, of course, they got so messy mixing and blending, so I'm going to clean them off first and sort out the colors that I want to use, and I'll probably add a few colors as well. I don't really have an idea of what I want to make. I just know that I want to use some organic shapes and some geometric shapes and just be loose. I want the colors to stand out more, and I want to showcase how beautiful and vibrant these colors are. As a side note, even though I have been using a lot of oil pastels lately, I'm not feeling burnt out yet, but I feel like maybe I should use another medium because I don't want to become so obsessed with oil pastels that I forget all the other art that I like to make in different mediums. I've been thinking about possibly participating in a World Watercolor Month. I haven't decided if I'm actually going to do it. I have all the supplies to do it, but I'm kind of iffy, especially now that I would kind of be late. So if you guys are doing it, let me know how it's going, if this is your first year doing it, and if you're going to be following the official prompt list. Back to the piece. As I said earlier, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do, other than I knew I wanted to do organic shapes and to really showcase the colors. So I just started putting my pencil down and seeing what I came up with. As Bob Ross says, now it's time to start making some decisions. So the whole time I was sketching, I was procrastinating how I wanted to lay out the colors and where I wanted them. But I eventually came to the fact that I need to put something in the background that would tie in all the colors but also separate them. So I decided to use purple as the background color. No matter what color I add to this piece, I'm going to add a shadow color and a highlight. Usually the highlight's going to be white because I want to add some dimension to the piece. I went back and forth with myself a lot over whether I was going to use some of my metallic oil pastels. I didn't really want to because what I envisioned didn't have any sparkle metallics, and I also didn't think it needed that. Ultimately, I went against the grain and I used a little bit of metallic, mostly blue. It didn't make a difference for me. It didn't add that shine. If anything, it was just a nice secondary color that was sheer that added dimension. And I only used the blue for these sections here to outline this beautiful mint green color. I mean, this color is so gorgeous, and it is one of my favorites. If you guys are curious about what oil pastels these are, this is actually Paul Rubens, and it's part of their basic 48 set. And I'm actually going to be doing a video where I swatch them along with using a bunch of other Paul Rubens things, and it's going to be somewhere in the near future within the next couple of weeks. But I'm not affiliated. This isn't sponsored. This isn't a promo. I'm just letting you guys know in case you want to check them out for yourselves. As a side note, I am not reviewing these oil pastels. Other than to say that I like them, they work well with how I like to use oil pastels. They blend well, and I really like the colors. Back to the piece. I have to say that this combo right here is my favorite. It's the main colors that I wanted to use, and it's got that mint chocolate chip look that reminds me of cookies and ice cream and all that good stuff. When I was thinking of making this piece, these were the main colors that I wanted to add. This minty green and this chocolate brown. So I was so ecstatic about the way this turned out and these colors next to each other. So throughout the whole piece, you'll see that I add those two colors together. To be frank, I didn't plan on using this blue color. I was just going to use the mint, the browns, and the purple. But as I was laying down the color, I felt that it needed something more to break up those three colors. I felt as though they need a little something. It was too, I don't want to say dull, but it was a little boring. It was a little boring. And of course, even though these colors are quite bright and vibrant and deep in hue, it needed more. And I didn't want to just put brown in the background. So I added this blue color, was very, very happy with it. And to me, it brought all of the colors together. It made the green stand out more. It made the browns darker. And you can actually see that metallic blue a little bit better now that I put that in there. When I visualized this piece, I knew that each section of this drawing needed to have a textured gradient. It was the main reason I chose oil pastels, because they're a perfect combination of both wet and dry media, and they have this amazing crayon-like texture if you know how to get it, which is perfect for the type of textured gradient I wanted. Once I was finished filling in all the blank spaces of paper, I still felt as if this drawing was not quite finished. To me, it still seemed simple and blank, and I needed it to be a little bit more messy. I wasn't going for perfect geometrical shapes. I was more going for this funky, groovy style that was slightly messy. As I got towards the end of finishing this, I realized it was so 90s to me. It had this cool, wavy, love and basketball, sweatpants, and jogging suits look. And I absolutely loved it. So, without further ado, I introduce to you Rebound. I'm AmberJade, this is Art and Chat, and thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.